morning. The doctor is in. I'd like to welcome you to the Dr.Jr. Dixon self-help channel. Today we're going to bring you some more informative information that I hope will give you some understanding and some form of a logic behind some of this crazy stuff that we see being displayed on our TVs or our phones or whatever we view. And I'd like to put this in before I even begin. If I offend anyone in any way, certainly that's not the original purpose. But sometimes it does become a product, a byproduct. There are some of us that the only way we'll change, someone got to offend us or make us mad, or because that will get us to thinking. So that's just simple mechanics behind making a choice. I have no control over, and if I upset you, keep an open mind, look at it for what it is, and apply it. But you got to be totally honest. Now there might be a problem there. I certainly have no control over that and everything. So today we're here. I must get my Java to get going. It is a requirement, almost. Now, today what I want to do, what I want to talk to you about, everybody is know about diabetes. Everyone knows. The American society has diabetes has ingrained into it type 1 and type 2 diabetes. And so today, that is from that premise, I'm going to bring this information to you today. I want to talk about, because there are two forms of diabetes, type 1 and 2. Pardon me for belching. So I want to talk from this premise today. Oh, here come another bombshell. Tighten your seatbelts, strap down your wigs, and bite down on a bullet if you have to, because I'm gonna give it to you. Please don't cut me off. Don't cut me off. Let me do my classic. Please don't get mad with me. I'm gonna do some of those too. I will have to in this one. I want to talk from this premise: type 1 and 2 hypocrites. There are two kinds: type 1, and the other kind is type 2 hypocrites. And just like diabetes, they are hereditary, unfortunately. For the pro-biblical students and pro-Christian students, we know that we inherited this disposition from Adam and Eve, a product of the fall in the garden. For the atheists and those that don't believe in God and Judaism and things of that nature, or don't believe in Christianity, but you believe in something, we just look at it and say that it is dealing with the choices that we make, or our attitude, our disposition at the core of our subconscious that I gotta ask for all you critics, that causes me, predisposes me, pardon me, to lie when I know I'm lying. So I want to talk to you today about that type 1 and type 2 hypocrites, because they're everywhere. And yes, they are. You might say, well, where you getting this stuff from? Well, the same place that all this other negative stuff is coming from the TV. The vehicle that had been so productive, so inspiring, so wonderful all these years, that have brought us so wonderful movies, wonderful stars and dance and musicals and videos and from the classic cinema age. Oh my God, how wonderful TV has been! But today, it has been exchanged. It's been exchanged for ratings and for the dollar. The bottom line has become the only line today. They don't care. PR doesn't say whether or not it offends me or not. PR doesn't say whether or not people are cutting it off or not. PR is saying, well, this group here is where you need to aim at. And they disregard everybody else. That's where I get it from. Because I see it. You see it too. Where do we see it at, Dr. Dixon? Well, unfortunately, and it's so sad that we have degraded ourselves or rolled it down to this level. But my number one source is the political arena. I chose the word arena because, yes, it's entertainment. That's all that this is. That's where the grandest entertainment comes from, the political arena, or the political cinema. Is another way. The political movie house, or the political box office. They didn't took HBO job. Because we see some of the craziest stuff. We hear some of the craziest stuff. We see symptoms of the disease in our politicians. We sent them to Washington to represent us. And now, just like diabetes, now, I'm going to deal with type 1 first, because that's the worstest form of a hypocrite. We sang that song. Now watch this. Now here's where the hypocrisy starts. I get my tongue right this morning. And you get enough hit of this coffee. Maybe that'll help. Here's where the hypocrisy starts. In our hearts. So we sing, listen, how many of us sung that song? My country, tears of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. How many of us that pledge allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands. See? And then, later on in life, we superimpose upon that those foundational truths and beliefs our own belief. See, that's the symptom of that type 1 disease, diabetes, that type 1 hypocrisy. It's powerful. It will cause you to superimpose or add on the top of what you believe, and a mixture comes out of a hybrid version will come from it. That warps. Just like diabetes mess with your nerves, it just gets everything out of whack. It warps your reasoning. And the bad part about it, just like diabetes, you don't even know it's working on you most of the time. Only way you can find out that you got this type 1 hypocrisy. This type 1 hypocrisy. You have to be objective and look at what you're doing or what you are saying or letting come out of your mouth. And you know today that's the only reason that we can understand this crazy stuff in Washington. They talk about a bipartisanship. Man, see? They go playing with us. There ain't no such a thing. A bipartisanship. Not the term the way they mean it. That I'm bipartisan. That means I work with you and you work with me. We work together. That's basically what it means. Bi. But look at the word. What did the suffix, a prefix, bi mean? Huh? Bipartisanship. But that's what they say. That we're working together. Now, I want everybody in here, please don't get mad with me. Don't be mad at me. If you're going to get mad at me, I hear it and they're going to cut me off. I prefer you just look at this as entertainment. See? Another form of entertainment. Only I'm not getting paid. That's not my motivation for doing this. Now, this shows me, it proves to me, those guys, I'm not gonna distinguish any one of them by the name. You know them. Well, next time you see them from doing this stuff and saying this stuff, you say, Dr. Dixon was right. They got type 1 hypocrisy. Because they say that, oh, I'll work with you, and then they say we're trying to work with you. But guess what? Ain't nobody working with nobody. Man, when they talk about, they rather shut the government down. But yet they be singing the song, my country, tears of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. No, they ain't. They singing their own song about themselves and what they want. Forget you people, y'all set me up here. I thank y'all for electing me in this office. I'm here, and now I'm going to do me. They forgot all about their constituents. They forgot all about what they were sent to Washington to do. They forgot all about the responsibility that comes with that office. And brethren, they can't help it because they got type 1 hypocrisy. What do I mean by type 1 hypocrisy? Basic word, simple understanding. Liars. They're a bunch of liars. See, when you got type 1 hypocrisy, that means you're a hypocrite. You are a hypocrite. You are motivated by your own selfish ambitions. No stands anymore. Like a man told me back in early in my life as I was working, I had left this company to go get for a better job because I saw no growth potential for me. See, every time I knew every facet of the job. I knew every function, every phase. I could do it and do it very well, if I say so myself. What did you expect? Anyway, but it's true. But every time a position came open for a supervisor, they bypassed me. They bypassed me. And hired, guess what? And hired outside the company. And yes, I had voiced, I said, I want the position, I want it. They bypassed me. So what I did, I said, you know what? And it's okay, I'm going on, moving on. This is a dead-end job. I'm not going to stay on this long. So I left the company. Make a long story short, I left the company. And when I left the company, unknown to them, because they didn't pay me no mind, I'm operating behind the scenes. I was wearing a whole lot of hats. Sure was. Wearing a whole lot of hats, doing a whole lot of behind the scenes stuff. When I removed myself, you know what? All those hats that I was wearing fell on the floor. Oh, the thread come undone. The glue come loose. And everything went all the pieces. Shook up, and like Elvis say this time, shook up and shook all the loose. And it was shook up bad. Guess who could? I get a phone call. Jimmy, listen, we need you to come back. 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 So I paid no mind and finally, but I did want to come back. That's where my heart was. I left. It's just like a relationship. You leave a relationship because you're mad, but you still love the person. You might well stay, but you did it for your own reasons. I agreed to come back. We had a verbal contract. I should have got it in writing. He said, Jimmy, guess what? The next time a manager position come open, it's yours. I said, these are the conditions that I'm going to return on. I returned to those conditions. Well, about 6 months, boom, a position opened up. Guess what I go outside, I go immediately to the personnel office, go to my manager's office, plant manager's office. And here's what he said. The classic. See, he had type 1 hypocrisy. That was my first orientation to it. He said, Jimmy, you know, like the folks say, they say the road that's paved to hell is paved with good intentions. I said, oh my God. I hear the flush like when you're in the bathroom. I said, oh my God. Jimmy, I had all the intentions to do what I said I was going to do, but I can't. End of story. Type 1 diabetes. And that's what these politicians are doing, the same thing. And reneging on our promise. Reneging on our promise. And so that's our orientation. That's for you today is based on Washington, D.C. Whether you're liberal or conservative. When you see these symptoms, don't see it a liberal or conservative. Just see the symptoms and say, that one got it, that one got it, and that one got it. And you know, diabetes, they tell just how, whether you're borderline or whether you actually have it by ACL. So it's a number. I think a 7 is the diabetes right at the entry level. Anything below that, borderline. 6.8, 6.9, borderline. Well, for these guys, what ACL means, this is my term, ACL to them are actual consistent liar, ACL. When you got type 1 hypocrisy, you are a actual consistent liar. That means everything come out of your mouth, you better be suspicious of. They will promise you anything. You've seen them do it. I'm gonna promise y'all change. I promise you that's will never happen. I promise you I'm gonna put a chicken in everybody's plate. I'm gonna put a car in everybody's driveway and put some money in everybody's pocket. But when they get there, well, here it comes. You know, the road is paved. It's paved to hell, but it's paved with good intentions. It's stuck. Type 1 again. Type 1 again. And so what I want to do as I wind toward the close, I want to give you 3 good classics, examples of type 1 and type 2 diabetes. You figure which one you got from based upon these. The first one, that really problematic and symptomatic of the disease. I mean, and I'm talking about something that affected the whole society. See, here in the USA, with the O.J. Simpson verdict. Yep, the O.J. Simpson verdict. Woo, boy, that was one, wasn't it? That's when we saw it. And look, like I said, please don't get mad at me. Like I said, y'all know what happened. You know what you were thinking. You know what you were saying. You know what you said. You know how you acted. Everybody know it. And I ain't calling nobody's name. I ain't pointing no finger. I'm putting it out there. Just putting it out there. You know what you said. You know how you acted. You think back to that day when that verdict came across the screen. What was the first thing you did? That's the symptom right there. That's the symptom. That thing, whatever it was that you did, proves that you got type 1 or 2 hypocrisy. You're a hypocrite. For you that were shouting, screaming, and hollering, jumping, and celebrating like it was a party. I'm gonna have a party and stuff like that. Man, you ain't nothing but a hypocrite. Because you know just as well as I do. See, you know. And I know he had a grand defense team. Super team, they called it. The dream team. He had the dream team. And he got off. But in my heart, of heart, reasonable doubt, you know they raised the reasonable doubt thing. Grand display of defense ability. Supreme, immaculate. Of the first magnitude. And they were able to get him off. But look, check this out. I'm being honest. God is my witness. If the Lord comes right now and asks me, Jimmy, what do you really have? You know what? You know what? I would say yes. If he didn't do it, he know who did. Oh, yes. Type 1, type 1, if you feel that way. Now, if you feel like that, you don't have it. You just have, your ACL number is lower than a 6.8. I ain't got that yet. But we're on the way. Now, and for you that was, you got it. You're not stupid. The next classic example I want to use would be Michael Vick. Supreme. Oh, yes. Boy, you know what, Dixon? Oh, boy, I better get a football helmet from the NFL put on my head, because I don't know some of y'all bust me upside the head with a baseball bat. Yeah, Michael Vick. Michael Vick. Now, how do you know you got it again? Now, when that verdict come out, if you, oh man, you kicking and breaking out windows and going downtown, trashing windows, you know how the folk will do sometimes, going on a ride, tearing up stuff and going crazy. It ain't fair. It ain't right. That man ain't done nothing. That man, just because he black, just because he black, just because he black. Oh, sound reverberating throughout the universe. Just because he black, just because he black. Well, I reverse that. Just because he's black, he shouldn't have done it. Just because he's black, that's mean he shouldn't have done it. Now, at first, when the verdict come out, I didn't like it either. I'll be honest with you. I didn't like it. See? But you know what I did that a lot of us don't do and won't do? We just hang with our opinions. And our opinions are based on no facts. Not based on nothing. So you know what I did? I said, well, let me go pull up what is really going on. It's on the internet, by the way. I pulled up all the information about the case. I pulled up the case. And man, I ain't lying. When I saw all that stuff, I said, shoot, he didn't get enough time. And I love Vic. I'm pro Vic. Y'all can say what you want. I am. I'm an Eagles fan. I'm a pro Vic. Only on the football side. See, and that's something that you proved that me that you got type 1. If you hate this man, now he ain't messing with no dog no more. So that's done. That's a done deal, right? But if you still hate this man because of that, when he did what the law requires, he paid the price, he paid the debt, done the time, he did the crime and did the time. And if you still are pinning this on this man, you got type 1. You don't have type 2, you got type 1. Your hypocrisy is out of whack, it's out of control. And when you get out of control, guess what? That's when you need the needle. They're going to put you on the needle, not the pill. The pill is not good enough. You need the needle. And inject yourself 2-3 times a day to keep your lying, hypocrisy, hypocritical virtues in place. And if you, like I said, if you could be unsympathetic to and understand, yeah, he did the time, be fair, then, like I said, your ACL is probably a 6.8, 6.7 and down and below. That's good. That is the goal that we're trying to get. Last but not least, Lord have mercy. Please don't send me no hate mails and threats and all like that. Oh my God, because I'm going right to the core of our nerves with the last one. Pardon me, because he is our president. President Barack Obama. Uh-oh, somebody just cut me off. Sit back. Leave that knob alone. Don't mess with that. Leave that mouse alone. And hear me. Hear me out. Give me a fair hearing in court. The court of opinion. Just hear me out. Then make an opinion. Form an opinion then. I'm just showing you something that you probably hadn't looked and thought about. Because you see a symptom of that type 1 hypocrisy, it gives us tunnel vision. Look, put your hands up to your eyes. You can't see nothing over there. I can't even see that lamp. I can't see that table that's right there. Because I got tunnel vision. I'm trying to restore you back where your vision is peripheral so you can see the things coming up on the side before they get in the center of your vision. Barack Obama. What do you mean, Barack Obama? Here's what I mean. Now, if you mad, if you got upset because a black man was elected president, yes, you had type 1 that hypocrisy. You know what? Because you some of them same folk that quote Martin Luther King so eloquently, see, that a man should not be judged by the color of his skin, but by the contents of his heart. We so eloquently prose and repeat with such patriotism that is drooling down the corners of our mouth, just like the gravy from a steak and cheese biscuit that we get for Andy's. They're good too, by the way. Yes. Hypocrites. That's hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is hypocrisy when our office can only be held by a white man or a white woman. That's hypocrisy. See? That's not what the core of this nation is all about. The foundation of this nation is all about. So if you got offended, if you mad, if you want to go to one of the other parties because of that, or you're going to vote party and not vote country, then you got type 1 hypocrisy. You're voting your party. Now if you vote party, guess what? Back in the 70s, this is a true story. When I was in the Army, you know what? I'm a lifeline Democrat. Well, I don't know what I am right now. I'm frank with you. Honestly, like I said, this is my opinion. But in the 70s, I voted Democratic for everything except the president. Hubert Humphrey was running, him and what was the name? McGovern, I believe it was. No, I didn't vote. I voted for Richard Nixon. Here is a black man in the 70s. A black Democrat in the 70s. From the South, I did. I voted for Dixon. Because you know what? I mean, again, even then, in my infancy of for getting into the voting and things of that nature. Even then, I was voting conscience. I felt like President Nixon, folk calling him trick-a-dick, whatever, Dick, and all that kind of stuff, was the right one to do it. And guess what? I was right again. I was right. Frida Payne came with the songs that bring the boys home. I didn't got to fight around and bring the boys. He brought them home. He did. He brought them home. But Barack Obama, like I said, you voting because of a party. Every time you vote straight ticket, straight ticket, straight ticket, straight ticket, straight ticket. You got type 1 diabetes, hypocrisy. I know y'all don't like